Well, good morning, everyone. How are you? Once again, welcome to another live Q&A Friday. Always fun, always lots of questions, and probably not going to get to all of them. I'm just looking at my list here. And so as you get your notifications this morning, if you want to say hello, Andrea, you're number one on the hit parade this morning. Hi, Lisa. Brahim, making up that top three. Let's see who joins the top 10 this morning. Hi, Elaine from St. John's, Newfoundland. Kevin, right up there from Oshawa. Wendy from Markham, good morning to you. Sharon, how are you? And Janice from Brampton. We appreciate you guys coming on. Shirley, how are you this morning? Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Sandy, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Judy from New Brunswick, good morning. Carol from West Virginia. Patricia from Florida. Bonnie, how you doing? Marla from Oregon. Janice, Frida, and John from Elgin, Illinois. Dennis from Norwich, good morning. Karen from Huntsville. And Keith, our friend, Tadais from Chapleau, Ontario, Beaumatte. Fran, there you are. Melika, Sherry from Mississauga. Darlene, good morning from Alberta. Maureen from Boca Raton, Florida. Judy, good morning from Port Perry. Yvonne from Petawawa. Lucille from Midway. Rosalinda. And let's see, a couple more. Janine, how are you? Cheryl from Lighthouse Cove. Paul, St. Thomas. Rita, how are you? Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Cindy, Saskatchewan. Nicole and Jill from Medicine Hat, Alberta. Rochelle from Markstay. Karen from Innisfil. Diane from Peterborough, Ontario. Hi, Nina from Chatham. Francis from Vaughan. Beverly. Linda, I was waiting on you, Linda, from St. Jude, Quebec. Beth, Pembroke. Diane, Thunder Bay. Anne, St. Catharines. Diane from Newfoundland. Hi, Diane. Annette, Annie from Lively, Ontario. Cheryl, West Virginia. Sylvie, Sue, St. Marie. Deb, how are you from Harrow? Marlene, we love you. Thank you for coming on. Wanda from Virginia. Denise, wouldn't it be nice if we could all get together and just give each other a group hug? Hi, Karen. Sue St. Marie. Nativity, I missed you, right? And Ruby in Bowmanville. Carol from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. And Darlene Kelly, London, Ontario. Guys, thanks for coming on. Kevin must have been in the cloud. Hi, Mary from Gander. And I'm going to say hello to Doc McEwen. I don't see your name. Anna. Hi, Marilyn. Rosa. Everyone from the clouds. And Yolande. Hi, Carol. Hi, Catherine. Okay, let's get to the questions. And okay, let me see here. First question that I see. Could Dr. Martin talk about pancreatic cancer and the causes? Okay. Recently had a 56-year-old cousin die from it. I'll tell you. Pancreatic cancer, okay? Just let me give you a little bit of history. Pancreatic cancer was a rare cancer. If you read my medical books in the 1970s, pancreatic cancer was an extremely rare cancer. You know what it happened to? To old men. It was an old man, not women, an old man's cancer in the 1970s. Extremely rare. Today, pancreatic cancer is out of control. It's interesting because Andrea is saying some research on it indicates that a high-fat diet is contributing factor as well as inflammation. That is a bunch of bunk. Okay? A high-fat diet. Guys, you know me. Something happens, I want to know why. I'm a why guy. Why? If we see an enormous increase in pancreatic cancer, why? Well, what else have we seen an enormous increase in since the 1970s? Sugar. Not fat. Fat? We're eating less fat than ever. Everybody went stupid on fat. Okay? I call it saturated stupid. That was the world. Saturated fat in eggs, meat, and cheese, and butter. It's all bad. It clogs your arteries. It's no good for you. No, it's just the opposite. And what happened? People went saturated stupid. So what they did, instead of eating eggs, meat, and cheese, they had nothing but grains and plants. I'm not against plants. And man-made food, like margarine. Guys, it ain't fat that causes pancreatic cancer. It's sugar. Your pancreas was never meant, ever meant, to secrete that much insulin. But when we insist on eating sugar, like 200, a dump truck load, most North Americans consume a dump truck load of sugar in a year. Not a 25-pound bag like it was in the 50s. Not a 50-pound bag like it was in the 70s. It's 200 pounds. And when you go carb crazy, it's just sugar molecules. So you have a piece of bread, okay? It's just sugar molecules holding hands. You have a muffin, it's just sugar molecules holding hands. You have a bagel, it's just sugar molecules holding hands. You need a lot of insulin to break that food down. You have cereal in the morning, it's just sugar molecules holding hands. Might be a little protein in there, whatever, right? But it's sugar molecules. So guess what? Your pancreas has a job to do. Pancreatic cancer and the increase in it, I mean, it's gone through the roof. It's up like over 300% compared to when I was in school in the 70s. Why? We're eating more meat? No, we're eating less meat than ever. Okay? So when you're wondering, okay, that was a good question. It got me going and it heated up my engines because I get a migraine. When, the research out there, because they always want to vilify fat. Always, guys. Like I said, saturated stupid. Okay? They want to vilify fat. Yesterday I talked about the Inuit and somebody came on the scroll afterwards. I didn't see it during the program, otherwise I would have answered it. A lot of times I don't see what you're posting, guys. Okay? Because I'm distracted. No, I'm doing the program. I can't always see what you're saying. Okay? But afterwards, sometimes I'll go on there and the lady said, well, wait a minute, Dr. Martin, hold on to your horses. Because what she said was, well, the Inuit weren't that healthy. Well, yes, they were. Yes, they were. Because this has been well documented. Go back as early as the 1920s, and they documented the health. People got stuck up in the Arctic with them, and they actually wrote textbooks on the health of the Eskimo, how healthy they were. They had no heart disease. Now, they did die, okay? Polar bears ate them. Okay, that's just a joke. Well, maybe they did. But they died. They didn't have antibiotics. They get an infection. People died. Like antibiotics is one of the greatest discoveries ever in medicine. Hallelujah for them. Now we got the double-edged sword. But yeah, they died. Of course they died. They died from infection and that. But they didn't die from heart disease. They didn't die from cancer. Okay, this is documented, guys. They didn't die from what we died from. Okay? The biggest killers in our society, number one, heart disease. We haven't even made a dent in heart disease. Worse than ever. Cancer, worse than ever. They're saying cancer by the year 2050, like it's going to be so out of control, it's crazy. Like what? You'd think things would be getting better. No, some things are better, but Alzheimer's, diabetes, autoimmune, worse than ever. All of them are worse than ever. Well, diabetes, it's like on steroids today. What causes diabetes? Sugar. We hate to say it. Not me, but, you can't pick on sugar. Sure I can. It's sugar diabetes. That's why you got so much pancreatic cancer. Okay. That only took me 10 minutes to answer the first question. Okay. Danny Lay is saying, how about Haskaps? Those are berries, right? Hey, Danny, look, I only read research, okay? So I brought out a new thing on blueberries the other day, how powerful they are as terms of an antioxidant. And I always knew that. But wild blueberries, man, they're just saying and that's why I like them in a Dr. Martin Perfect smoothie. I really do love blueberries, okay? Wild are better. And it ain't close. Now, you're asking about the Haskap berry. I haven't seen a lot of research on it. I really haven't. I'm not saying there isn't. I am saying there isn't because I haven't seen it. But that don't mean it's no good. I think they're very, very good. Powerful antioxidant, okay? I'm trying to think if I've ever had any. I can't remember. But I sure had a lot of blueberries. We call blueberries gold, okay? Because that's what it costs you. If you don't go pick your blueberries in Northern Ontario, you can buy them, okay? You drive down the highway in our city, and at a certain time of the year, just late July, even maybe a little bit earlier than that, and it's blueberry season, and there's a lot of people, and I'm telling you, you pay a fortune for them. Are they worth it? You bet your boots. Okay, thank you for the question, Danny Lee. I got no problem. You just continue on with your Haskaps. Is that how you say it? Okay. Susanna. Oh, Susanna. Okay. Hi, Susanna. What would the diet and supplement suggestion for the following report? It says 8 millimeters, enhanced nodules, interior pancreatic. There you go. Pancreatic. A tumor. No associated duct dilation. Okay. Well, biggest thing in tumors. DHA. There's not a lot of research on it because there's no, it ain't you can't patent it. But very impressive research came out of Europe on DHA destroying, it's like a Trojan horse, destroying tumors. Okay? Now, I put a thing up this morning on our private Facebook group. Okay? I don't know if you saw it or not. Cancer hates. Okay? Did you see I was very proud of myself because I wrote that out and I could read my own writing. I'm surprised by that. A lot of times I can't even read my own writing. It's so bad. Okay? But I said, cancer hates steak. Cancer hates DHA. Cancer hates curcumin. It's just a lot of studies. Cancer hates, of course, vitamin D. Of course. Sun, steak, and steel. Cancer hates that. Okay? Because it don't grow. You eat steak, cancer can't feed on it. It doesn't feed on steak. Okay? Cancer hates coffee. There's a lot of studies on that. Cancer hates studies, especially esophageal, liver cancer, colorectal cancer. Hates coffee. Can't grow. Coffee isn't powerful anti-cancer. Flax seeds. Any estrogen-driven cancer, breast, prostate, ovarian, uterine. They're all estrogen-driven cancers. Hate flax seeds. They hate steel. They hate muscle. Cancer hates muscle because muscle is an endocrine organ in itself. It helps to store glucose. And if it stores glucose, cancer can't get at it to feed on it. That's why we talk about muscle. Big time. Okay? Big time. Okay? So, what else? I can't even remember what else I put on there. If I didn't say them all. Okay, let me see now. That was Susanna. Wendy. Okay. I'm wondering what you think about low dose bioidentical hormones for a 75-year-old woman. I'm not against it. I did bioidentical hormones for a lot of years. Okay. Let me just tell you ahead of time because I'm consistent. I haven't changed my mind and I don't think I'll ever change my mind. I'm not against bioidentical hormones. Okay? What I'm against is when they give you a bioidentical estrogen. I never believed in that. I don't believe in that. I won't believe in that. I don't like estrogen. I understand why they do it. Because somebody else asked here. Let me get it because they were talking about, wait a minute here. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, Amanda is asking about the Dutch test. I did Dutch testing. Okay? But I always say, Amanda, don't get into the weeds. People get into the weeds. They get so complicated with hormones. And they're trying to adjust every little eensy-beensy little bit of hormone. I don't like that. I wasn't like that in my practice. And any physician that I was able to train, I tried to get them to look at the big picture. Okay? And I would draw them the pyramid with ovaries, adrenals, insulin, the pancreas, and the thyroid. I draw them the pyramid and said, okay, look, whenever you have trouble, it's in the pyramid here. Excuse me. Okay? It's in the pyramid. So, fix that. And estrogen, I know you're 75 years old. Of course, estrogen is coming down. Okay? I know in HRT, they want to give you estrogen. I don't like it. Because I know what cancer grows on. Cancer needs estrogen. Cancer needs insulin. So I don't like it. I like progesterone. And our menopausal supplement elevates progesterone. That's what it does. It dims out estrogen. Well, Dr. Martin, I don't have enough estrogen. Sure you do. Sure you do. And I'll tell you why. Because everything in the environment, in the air, in water, in the food, in everything that you can think of. We live in a toxic soup. You want to go to Costa Rica? Good. It's toxic. There's plastic in the water. There's microplastics in the water. It's in the air. It's in the food. It's in everything. Okay? And I'm not even being negative. It's just a fact. All of that stuff mimics estrogen. Your body thinks it's estrogen. They're called xenoestrogens. I've been talking about this for 30-something years. And women and men, but women especially, your body goes, oh, it's estrogen. Thank you. Come here. I love you. But they're xenoestrogens, and they make things grow. And they throw off your thyroid. When your estrogen's higher than your progesterone, your thyroid slows to a crawl. Dr. Martin, my thyroid is in a coma. I heard that a million times. I'm gaining weight. I just look at food. I look at food sideways. I gain weight. My hair, my nails, my skin, my eyebrows, and all this and that. And I go, yeah. I get it. I'm a man, but I get it. Okay? I'm a man, but I get it. So guys, this is where I come from. And a lot of people disagree with me. I get that. I understand that. But I think I'm right. Okay? And when women, they're micromanaged, I don't like that. They're micromanaged. Oh, you gotta, I never, ever gave a woman testosterone. Ever. Because your testosterone levels in a woman have everything to do with estrogen. I never gave it. I gave progesterone. Okay? There's a lot of questions about that. But I was consistent. You want to get into the weeds? And I got the Dutch test, and this is the here, and this is the percentage, and this and that. And you know what I used to tell my patients? I said, do you want to spend a fortune, or do you want to just, let's start with food. And if I tell you to take flax seeds every day, take that. If I give you a supplement to lower your estrogen, take that. That was me. Okay? That's the way I operated. And I'm more convinced today than I used to be in my practice days. Because I see the detriment of estrogen. I see cancers getting worse and worse and worse. And women, breast cancer, ladies, is worse than ever. Gee, you'd think we'd make a dent in it. Nope, it's worse than ever. Why so much estrogen in the world, guys? Anyway, anywho. Okay, let me get to another question. Who was that? I have to, guys, it's because I shouldn't have never scrolled up. Oh, that was Wendy. Okay? That was Wendy. Joanne, I've recently had a bone density. Here we go. Okay? My doctor recommends calcium. You see my face? My doctor recommends calcium. You see my face? You see me getting a migraine? My doctor recommends calcium. Well, here's the problem. You take a calcium supplement, it doesn't get to the intended destination. You take a supplement of calcium, it goes to your bloodstream. Where do you want it to go to? My bones. Yeah, it don't get there. That's why, what have you heard me say? Some of you have been following me for almost 30 years. Radio. What did you hear me say 30 years ago? Eat calcium. Don't take it as a supplement. Eat it. Why? Because God gave you exactly what you need in food. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat. Okay. Excuse me. My word. Okay. You got exactly what you need when you eat food. Wow. Holy moly. Am I allergic to you guys? Did I develop an allergy? No. Okay, listen. When you eat an egg, you got calcium. You got a lot of calcium in an egg, you know, with vitamin K2. When you have dairy, butter, cheese, eggs, meat, and cheese, what do you have? You have calcium with K2. Okay? In nature, the way it's supposed to be. When you have a steak, there's a lot of calcium in steak with vitamin K2. Therefore, it gets delivered. See, calcium needs to be delivered to your bones and to your teeth. Osteoporosis, you know what happened? You know what happened in osteoporosis, and why do we see so much of it in women today? Because it's not... It's not because we're not eating calcium, or at least not taking calcium tablets. Do you know that up to, I don't know if it still is, but up to a few years ago, calcium supplements were the number one supplement of all time. But it never got to its intended destination. Because man thinks they're smarter than God. And so, take a calcium. There's a doctor. Take calcium. A doctor who hasn't taken 5 seconds of nutrition is telling patients to take calcium. No, you don't. Well, first of all, if you want strong bones, you take vitamin D with K2. Because vitamin D will elevate your calcium, which is beautiful. Okay? We always knew that. I mean, as a kid, they give you vitamin D or, right? They give you vitamin D and vitamin A for your bones, right? Remember that? Cod liver oil. But you see, you want vitamin K2 in it. Cheese has K2. Dairy has K2 with the calcium. So don't take a calcium supplement. Take vitamin D for sure, 100%. Okay? For sure. Okay. My word. I've been sneezing this morning. Okay. You're asking about, I hate to tell people about the injections, okay? Like you take these medications for bone building. The problem is they just don't build proper bone. I don't like them. Boatload of side effects. But I can't tell you not to take it. Okay. Okay. That was Joanne. Okay, let me do another one here. Jacques. Hi, Jacques. Jacques has had severe ulcerated colitis, okay? He's been on EMC, which I like. Lay off, Jacques, you got severe ulcerative colitis. Lay off the fiber. Drink water, drink coffee. Okay, what else? You've been put on prednisone, yeah. Prednisone, and Jacques is saying it's not helped much. Takes vitamin D, yeah, you're doing all the things that I would do. Bone broth, I hope you're doing that, Jacques. You want to regenerate the lining. Really practice, I believe, especially with ulcerative colitis or IBS or whatever, do intermittent fasting. Don't eat at night. Don't eat at night. Give that gut lots of time to heal. I like aloe vera too. Okay, aloe vera is very good. Aloe vera juice. About 4 to 8 ounces a day of that. Helps with the gut. Okay. Okay. You know what, guys? I am sneezing so much. Let's finish this up on Monday, because I got so many more to go. Hold on. Yeah. I got a lot of questions. So let's do that, okay? And because I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Okay. Guys, we love you guys so much. You're so good. And we appreciate all the questions coming in. I know I'm very opinionated. I'm glad you bear with me, okay? And sometimes I get off on rants. But we love you dearly. Talk to you soon.